I like
Hey
it.
everybody, this is Miriam. Welcome to our Blind Frog Ranch discussion, our very first one. Well, we have Arnie back. Arnie, welcome. We're from Strange
Hey,
Basin Podcast. Arnie will be
hello.
at Phenomicon this year. He has a booth with the one and only Chris Bartell. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Arnie?
Well, Phenomcon's great. It's wow, what a fun event that is, and it's so amazing how many people come from all over the world. I met a few people from foreign countries there last year to our little Vernal, Utah. It's a great event. We've got a lot of great guests this year, and we've got a table this year. I met Chris Bartell last year. Well, actually, let me say thank you because I met him through you. I don't know
Oh,
if I've
okay.
told you this.
I
After the last podcast I did with you,
yeah.
Chris sent a message out to me and he says, "I think you think a lot the way I do about the area and the land and the history of the Uinta Basin, and I'd like to get to know you a little bit." And so we've got to be really good friends
Oh, that's
from
good. Wow,
from doing the podcast with you. So I'm very thankful for that because
that's good.
he's got such an incredible insight on the Uinta Basin and not just Skinwalker Ranch and
Mm-hmm.
his time spent there. He loves the entire Uinta Basin and we look forward to traipsing around the hills together now when he comes back.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing his photography on his social media, and I heard he's selling some of his photos at your booth.
Yep. We've teamed up and we decided to do a booth together, and so he'll be selling his photos and sharing them with everybody, and of course talking with everybody and meeting the people.
That's good.
Um, and I feel quite honored to be there with him. And on the table there, I will also be doing my bronze sculptures that I'll be doing, and I'm putting together one for Blind Frog Ranch and one for Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, good.
The one for Skinwalker Ranch I'm calling Inside the Mesa, and so I'm kind of
That sounds
envisioning
pretty
what might
interesting.
be in there
Yeah.
and putting it into bronze, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'll also be doing a sculpture. I haven't started this one yet.
Okay.
I've been talking with Charlie Boy from Blind Frog Ranch, and we're gonna do a representation of the serpent that's in the pond there
Oh,
that
that's
several
cool.
people have seen, and especially him. And so we're gonna put that in bronze too, and I'll have both of those on the table. I picked up another one that I've done for the city here in Vernal, and it's a dinosaur, a flying dinosaur that's only been found here in the Uinta Basin, and
Oh,
so
wow. Okay. Like a
I'm put.
pterodactyl, or is it?
It's a pterosaur.
Oh,
It's a desert dwelling flying dinosaur,
oh.
and it's called the Hansini.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm putting together an interpretation of what that is from what they've found and dug up here in the Uinta Basin as well. Because we're also known for dinosaurs and
Oh
our
yeah, I love dinosaurs. I love the
yeah
vernal area when they have all the dinosaurs and everything. They have velociraptors on top of like a gas station. They got these little brontosauruses everywhere at the T
oh,
Rex.
there's more now.
Oh, is there? They brought more?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
go
That's kind of
Google
become the
dinosaurs.
thing for every business to have a dinosaur and paint it their own way. Right in the center of town at Culver Rock, I've got a full size Velociraptor that I've sculpted, and it's
Oh,
on this. It
nice.
lives there in the middle of town. It's pretty neat. And
Is that a
so
new? Is that new?
I did it in 2000. Wow, well, how long has it been? 2022. That's when I put that up.
Oh, okay. I might have seen it. That might have been the one.
He's a bunch of cattails. I'll send you a picture, and when you
Okay,
edit this for the
that's cool.
YouTube, you can throw it in here. So
Okay, that's cool. So, congratulations on your booth at Phenomicon. Hope people
thank
will
you.
visit you guys, especially Chris Bartell. It's exciting that he has a booth with you. Because I
Yeah, and of
really thought,
course
like,
we'll
hey,
be
he needs a booth.
selling it. Yes, he does, and he has for a long time. And I'll be selling the Strange Basin T-shirts and
That's
things
good.
like that as well. So
Okay,
kind of a come and learn about everything around the Uinta Basin and the
pretty
Skinwalker
much.
Ranch and Blind Frog Ranch as well. So
Yep,
I'm happy that I got fortunate enough to get a booth this year. So
that's
yay!
good. Awesome. It's a really cool place. I love going there every year. It's very exciting.
Last year,
Um,
I just started Strange Basin and had people come up and say, "You're the Strange Basin guy," and that was so weird. So it,
yeah,
it'll
and
probably
then
be a lot more this year.
yeah, that's good. Anyway,
Unexpected
so
consequences.
yeah, well, we can get into the whole Blind Frog Ranch discussion. So, for everybody who may not know or not familiar with Blind Frog Ranch, let me just get a summary. So, Blind Frog Ranch is a 160 acre property in eastern Utah where the owner, Dwayne Ullinger, is searching for hidden treasures, particularly gold, in its 7 underground caves. The ranch is locally believed to be cursed. The land seems to resist efforts to uncover its secrets, and supposedly people have been trying to find gold for centuries, and I think some people have lost their lives trying to find it as well. That's what is said in the beginning of the episode. People have been finding them for centuries. I know they have found some coins. I think I have not that familiar with the show. I'm not. Have they found some more like coins and stuff that I'm not sure if it's like Aztec or anything.
They
Um,
did. They did.
okay.
They found a Mormon coin, which is great. That kind of ties into a lot of the old history of the Uinta Mountains and the things that got started in. Is that the Mormons are out here and they came as refugees, basically leaving the country, coming to the Spanish territory and the Utah territory
Hmm.
to leave the U.S. They got tired of being persecuted and pushed out of towns and told to leave uh, for their beliefs, and so they found the Salt Lake Valley, and they came here as refugees and somehow made this grand city that Salt Lake City is today. And a lot of people believe, including myself, that the funds came from the Uinta Mountains and the old Spanish mines that were here.
Oh,
And the Spanish were probably chasing after Montezuma's treasure. We know that for fact that
yep.
Montezuma's treasure was brought north, and a lot of people believe it was brought here right to the Uinta Basin.
Well, so did you want
And
to
that's
share?
what Dwayne's looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to share a little bit about the legend of the curse of Blind Frog Ranch that everybody, I guess, seems to be interested in? I know there's like hidden caves supposedly there that they're trying to find.
I'm not a big believer in curses. I know that there are some things and scary things. And when we did our podcast before, I'd mentioned that there was only a few times that I've been scared, and that's where it was just north of Blind Frog Ranch,
Wow. Okay.
up up into the canyons there. Um, there's a lot of going on, and a lot of people believe that there's a Bigfoot that lives up there, and
Oh wow.
my
Okay.
experiences were with the little people there.
Hmm.
Um, and then we've got cursed mines. Right? We could go into curses there that um,
Do you
a lot
think
of
they're
people
like
believe that.
haunted or?
I don't know about haunted. I know they're protected. We'll say that these
Hmm.
these old Spanish mines are protected. Um, the Spanish, they would come in and they would enslave the native people here, and make them do the mining for them because they didn't have a lot of people. And well, there's a force here that we can take and make them do the digging for us, and they did that. And that does create what people would call a curse, or just that residual energy of
Yeah.
things. And
I know
they're
what they
protected to this
mentioned.
day
Yeah. I
by
know
the
what they
native people.
mentioned is that the land kind of resists them from finding it. I don't know if that's true or not. They try to like dig and stuff like that, and they get a lot of pushback.
They do, and in a lot of different ways. They've had flooding and water and gases and cave-ins and things moving. I've experienced that a lot in my treasure hunting.
Yeah.
Um, is I go one time and the cave is open, and then I get people together and come back the next day, and the cave's closed, and can't even tell that I'd been in there the day before.
Yeah. Or it could
So
be maybe the land. I know in the mesa it's very unstable, some of the rocks, so maybe it could be the same thing in other areas as well. So it's just the land just keeps moving. It probably not, it's pushing back. It could be maybe because the land is like, it's constantly changing because of the weather and other stuff going on too. So,
Well, and I mentioned a lot that from the headwaters that come down, it all starts at the Dead Man Lake area, and I found a 1905 cabin or a 1905 map
hmm
that actually doesn't call it Dead Man's Lake, they call it Dead Man's Cabin. And then all the waters flow down from there and end up into Bottle Hollow and the areas there at Skinwalker Ranch. And I think that water path carries a lot of the high strangeness that we experience out here.
yeah.
So coming from the headwaters and the high Uintas down towards Paradise, and there's a lot of old Spanish mines that have been found up there, and then follow the water down into Farm Creek and Crow Creek, and right there where Blind Frog Ranch is, and flowing down into Bottle Hollow, and that high strangeness seems to follow that water line, and I haven't quite
hmm
put a thumb on exactly why that is, but there's a definite path there that is followed.
Seems like it likes water, whatever it is.
I agree. And if you've watched all of the Blind Frog Ranch, they're following the water,
Wow.
and there's a lot to that.
I remember one episode of Skinwalker Ranch. I think it might have been season 2. They did like an experiment of dyeing water green, and all the water disappeared, and they couldn't figure out where it went, or anything. So that probably maybe it came from an underground cave or something. Who knows? I don't know if it.
Very true.
I'm not that familiar with Blind Frog Ranch show. I've only watched the first episode from the new season, so I don't know if they're dealing with the same thing or not. It could almost sounds like that. I've seen the previews of it when they're
Ah,
like drilling.
well, you've got a fun journey ahead of you with all 6 seasons now,
Oh
but
wow, okay.
it is a grand adventure. See, I moved out to the Uinta Basin in 1997,
Mm-hmm.
and what brought me out here was these gold stories. I started coming
Yeah.
out here chasing these old Rhodes mines and Spanish gold and ancient gold. We back then we were just calling it ancient gold. We didn't quite realize that it could be the Montezuma's gold and this Aztec treasure that had come up here. And really, Blind Frog has made me realize that really could be a deal. James Keenan has done several talks, and he's going to be a Phenomenon again this year.
Yep. He's gonna
And
be hosting his petroglyph walk like he does every year.
yeah, and he's taking everybody to an extraordinary site this year. I can't. If you didn't get a ticket, I'm sorry, but it's he's picked a very good site this year. He has tied in our petroglyphs here to the Aztec culture,
Mm-hmm.
and in ways that made me really believe. He's opened my eyes to this Aztec treasure. I kind of laughed about it when Blind Frog Ranch first came out. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of thought it was a silly little stretch of TV that had done that, and when they started tying into the things that I know and the people that I know and the legends that I know, I've really started doing it. But James Keenan's the ones that really brought it in and made it a thing that I really believe now that this Aztec treasure could be up here. I did an episode with Dan Dillman, and he's really tied it in as well. And
Mm-hmm.
now he believes the Aztec treasure is down there in Kanab, Utah, which is on the other end of the state, south of us.
Oh, wow.
But his family's research brought them to the Uinta Basin as well, mainly McConkey Ranch, and made them think that there could be the tomb of Montezuma here, that Montezuma didn't die there. So we've got so much going on that it's
Interesting.
unbelievable.
Wow, that's quite the history. Man, it's kind of a shame. I know the beginning of Phenomicon, they did tours there to Blind Frog Ranch. I never got a chance to go. I mean, if they ever start, I mean, it's a beautiful area. I love the scenery they did in the show. I hope I can. They maybe bring some of the touring back. I know they said there was a lot of holes everywhere for safety wise. They shut the touring down, so hopefully they can bring it back up later.
Yeah.
Later later state or something.
I did
So,
last summer get to spend some time up there, and I did some
oh, did you?
consulting for them. What an amazing place it is, and they've done a lot of work there.
Wow.
But I will say, since you haven't watched them all, I don't want to spoil too much. But the bead site that they bring in and talk about, excuse me, that is a very, very unique and very authentic spot. And I stood there with Charlie and looked at the artifacts coming out of the ground as we were standing there,
Mhm.
and the small trade beads that were there. It's an amazing spot right there.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, if you get a chance to be able to go up on the Blind Frog Ranch, it is beautiful. It's 20 miles north of Skinwalker Ranch, and so we
Yeah.
get a little different terrain up there. You do get
Mhm.
pine trees and some big junipers and a lot of the things that you do see on the show. And it is just a gorgeous piece of property that Dwayne owns there.
Yeah, the whole Uinta Basin's really gorgeous and quite breathtaking. So the episode does show that unfortunately Dwayne is having health issues, so he had to step back from the show. Prayers for him. I hope he's doing okay.
He did make it out here last summer for a little bit,
Oh, that's
and
good.
was a part of what's upcoming, so I do know that. And even though Charlie Boy wasn't in episode 1, he will be a big part of the show
Okay.
as they pass it on to the Feldmans.
Yeah, Josh is pretty good in the episode. I know he brought his father Ron to help him out in the beginning with his search for the treasure. And I thought that was they were both a pretty good team. They both teamed up really well. I know his father has been doing like a lot of prospecting and searching in caves for years, especially with his infant son in a knapsack. Like I thought that was
Right?
pretty cool. So he pretty much literally grew up in with his father in the knapsack, doing all these adventures. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I can tell you for sure, without a doubt, once you get that treasure hunting bug, it doesn't go away. You
Yeah,
just want
passed
to
it
keep
down.
looking. And if you can't get up in the hills, then you're researching and you're looking for other parts of the story and to help tie all these bits together and maybe be the one guy that can put that one clue in there that breaks it all open. A lot like they did up there with the journal that was passed on
Yep.
to Josh and his dad Ron. It's pretty exciting to watch because this is what I've been doing for 30 years. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
Again, I love the terrain there. They're showing a distance of the cabin that they're staying in and all the mountains around them. I thought that was pretty cool scenery that they spotted right there at the at Blind Frog Ranch. That makes Blind Frog Ranch right there.
yeah.
I don't know if when they did the tours, I guess that's the first thing you see when you see Blind Frog Ranch, unless that's the main cabin that they have at the ranch.
The
So
little hideout with the
yeah.
big deck around. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's just kind of right in the center of it all there. I'll send you a picture with me on the porch there.
Cool. Okay. I know they mentioned in the show that there was some type of legend. It's called the Keyhole. I think it was called Keyhole Chamber that they were trying to find. They were trying to find an entrance to it, which is what when they come across the diary, which is gonna be we'll be discussing a little bit later. I guess that's the demonstration of. I don't know if you're able to see that, Arnie, at all. The yeah,
No,
I have
I
like
don't see.
okay.
Oh, you're throwing pictures up. That's great. I
Yep.
can't
I'm
see them
showing
while
like
I'm looking through.
demonstrating like this is what they have. They're trying to find. It's like some type of chamber. I guess it's like a cave system, like in the middle of the ranch. That's possibly in existence. That could be where the gold is. That's
Very
pretty
much.
interesting.
Well, they did a bunch of imaging, and I know they do a bunch more coming up. It's an underground circular formation that they found, and it has the shape of a key that's run the up northwest of
Yeah.
there, and then comes into almost right below the hideout there. It looks like,
Yeah.
and they've been just trying like heck since 2009 to get into there. So
Oh, wow, that's a long time. That's a pretty long time. I guess it shows how much the terrain changes over the years because they're pushing against that, and that must be frustrating.
yeah.
I know they did show in the episode, like I think Dwayne was holding like a piece of metal they found or something. Excuse me. He was holding something that was metal they found.
Oh, I'm not keying into that one. I apologize.
No, that's okay. I know there was another thing they found was I think was a like a mark on one of the underground caves they were in. Yeah, I think it was like a Mormon marking.
Okay, yeah, and that's kind of what kicks them off into the Rhodes legends that I came out here 30 years ago looking up. Um, what do you want, the history of the Mormons or the Rhodes
Sure.
Mormons there? So I'd mentioned how they were refugees running across the country here and decided to leave it and set up Zion basically and have a utopian culture of just their religion and their people that all believe it, and they probably had one of the most successful utopian societies that I think have been done, and they even minted their own coins, and they came up with a Mormon alphabet. And so when you see one of these coins, it looks like a foreign coins.
They
They're
mentioned that in the
worth,
episode, yeah, that they had their
yeah,
own
and
alphabet they invented.
they did, and so when you see one of these coins, they look like foreign coins, and they're made 100% out of gold. So the question being is, if these refugees basically came across the country, how did they amass this amount of gold to be able to have the angel on top of the temple be plated in gold and mint their own coins in gold? And
Mm.
so the legend goes that they made a deal with one of the native chiefs. Chief Wakara was his name,
Mm-hmm.
and baptized him and brought him into the church. And Wakara had known about these sacred mines that either were Aztec in origin or the ancient Mormon people, that because the Book of Mormon talks a lot about the people of America, and so it could even be the the ancestors of the people that came across from Israel. But there's so much here.
Yeah, maybe.
and lived in America. And so we get, and the Book of Mormon is about the people that lived in the Americas. And so Wakara kind of keyed into that and said, all right, yeah, well, let me show you where these sacred mines are, and there are gold here. And he gave permission to one man, and his name was Thomas Rhodes, to go up into the mountains and bring gold out for the Mormons.
Wow.
And that's a great possibility that's how the people survived and thrived in the Salt Lake Valley in the mid 1800s.
So maybe the coins they found may not be Aztec. It could be maybe the Mormon coins that they were finding.
Yeah, they did find a Mormon coin on I think season 3. I could be totally wrong on that.
Okay.
But they did unearth a Mormon coin, which says a lot in itself. And then they bring it in. And so maybe this old sacred mine or this Aztec mine is right there on Blind Frog Ranch, and that's the whole point of the show, right?
Yep. And that's when they are given this this diary. I guess it shows like markings on trees, and it shows directions exactly where to go, which they went, which was pretty exciting. With so they followed it to the T with the diary. And they actually had to first of all they had went back and they did a map of exactly where it was supposed to be. And James was very helpful with that. James Keenan. So shout out to him for the big help there. with discovering where it was on the map, and off they went.
And let me
Into
tell you, when you're following a treasure map and you start thinking you're on that treasure map and you really might have it, the amount of excitement that like starts coursing through you,
yeah,
and 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 the
they seem quite
possibilities and the what
excited.
ifs.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I can feel that because I've done that kind of like trail, and it's like wow. Then you find that blaze on the tree, and that marking, then it fits the map that you're looking at. It's what a wow, what a rush.
it was quite privileging. It was they had quite the privilege to get a hold of that journal that was quite very old, as they were.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they cover it in the show, but that is Gale Rhodes, who is the grandson of Thomas Rhodes. That's
Wow.
his field journal, and many of the family and his crews that went around and looking for it. Now, also, Blind Frog Ranch, Gale Rhodes found a mine, and it could have very well been an old Spanish mine or even older, um, right there on the Blind Frog Ranch properties or thereabouts in the early '80s. And so this is the guy that the the journal is that it was given to Josh and Ron.
Wow. It's quite an honor. And I hope they
But yeah,
take good care of it too, because it's quite old.
yep,
So
yeah.
they went on the expedition and they followed it to the T. Of course, they came across the markings on the tree. It was pretty impressive that they're still there, and they followed the markings all the way down, and they came across this. I guess they called it like a primitive shelter, and they found like this area where you that's shaded, and it looked like someone had built a fire in it, and they had like remnants of clay everywhere there. And that's when that part gets pretty exciting at that point.
Yeah. So they what they call it, a furnace. We find
Yeah,
kilns all over. We find kilns all over, and actually, when you're driving to Blind Frog Ranch, there's a little creek there.
mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually just past. I'm sorry, and it's called Kiln Creek. And basically, you drive right over a kiln on there. So these things are all over that area, and there's been all sorts of smelting and kilns in that area for a long time, and it looks like they'd found one there at the point you're talking about on the show.
Yeah. It looks like they also came across something that they used for grinding as well, like a rock that was kind of out of place from everything else, and it looked like they. I'm not sure the name of it. I forgot, but it's something that they used for grinding. So they found like.
Basically, a crusher, an ore crusher, to put it into terms that we can understand very well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
So you
that's
take
pretty.
the rock and you crush it down into an ore, and then you throw it in the smelter or the
Mm-hmm.
kiln, and then melt it down, and all your metals come out, and then there it goes from there.
Yep. And then they brought a tractor in. They uncovered more of the base of that area, and this was when it gets pretty exciting. They find something like in the cracks of it. They find a small piece of gold. So
Which
that's
is
pretty exciting.
very, yeah. I'm very much a skeptic, so
Mm-hmm.
I always go, oh wow, yeah. If you're just grinding out ore, then you're not going to have big chunks of gold. But then I remembered after that the legends state, and the people that witness the gold that come out of these mines, is that it's wire gold in a crystal or a quartz. And so you'll see these white bands, and then you can actually see the gold running through the bands of crystal or quartz and the white rock, and the gold actually is in there. And so if they're crushing that down, then yes, you can have little flakes of gold like that, and they found one. So how
Yeah,
exciting is that, right? I
that
mean,
is very exciting. It's I mean, they were digging quite a ways to try to get to it, and they finally found it. I'm like, oh wow, they found something. I mean, the rest of the season looks like it's going to be quite exciting too. I mean,
yeah.
hopefully nothing bad happens. But I know
Well,
when once
after. after meeting the crew and Ish Soto and Doug Fitch, who are the editors and producers, they really have a cool vision of where this is going, and I'm excited to see this adventure.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Makes you wonder what kind of gold is that they found. I hope they analyze it.
Oh, they will. I'm sure they will. But it's what an exciting thing. I mean, I've been looking for it for 30 years and never found that big of a piece of gold once, and they did it. They did it. And wow. I mean, that's just episode 1, right?
And they didn't even go into a cave yet. They just found it right there on the ground, right in that the base of that instrument that used to be there.
I'm trying to remember what Josh called it. It's a different term that I hadn't really been familiar with, but yeah, it's an ore crusher. Yeah.
Yeah, ore crusher. I think that's what they called it.
What? That's a great first episode. I'm excited to see where we go.
Yeah, I know there's one scene they're showing that they go into a cave and it looked like there might have been a cave in they had to run from, but hopefully they didn't get hurt or anything.
Well, I know they all made it out okay, so maybe a not too bad a spoiler there, right?
Yeah. So what's your prediction of what's going to happen this season? Do you think they're going to find more stuff? Since the first episode they found something, and it's gold.
Yeah. I didn't get too much insight, unfortunately. I wish I could spoil a bunch of things, but I don't know a whole lot. I just know that there's a lot of good people, and they've brought in the right people to do this and to track this down. The things that they asked me and the things that I've told them about with my experiences, I'm sure it really keys me in that they're on the right path and they're looking in the right places and asking the right questions.
Yeah. And I'm happy they have James there. He's very good with history and stuff. Like, he's pretty cool when they have him at Phenomicon each year, especially when he does the petroglyph tours. They're very interesting.
Very much. I just watched. I'd kind of keyed into it, but he did the Phoenix or MUFON for Phoenix there, and his talk brought in so much of that Aztec history into the Uinta Basin that even in my 30 years, I was going, wow, I never even thought of that. I didn't know that, and he really has opened my eyes to a lot of things. So what a blessing it is that they have him and the knowledge that he's bringing into it.
Yeah. I hope Josh and his father Ron can continue that legacy that Dwayne started, and a lot of prayers for Dwayne. I hope he's doing better. Yeah, it was cool when they had him at Phenomicon and he got to speak about the ranch. That's pretty much how I first started being interested in Blind Frog Ranch, when they had him at Phenomicon. He was speaking there. It was pretty interesting. I mean, there's a lot of critics out there about Blind Frog Ranch, maybe they're copying Skinwalker Ranch. I don't think so. It seems like they're doing it a little bit differently, but it's a little bit different atmosphere there.
Yeah, there's very different purposes behind the shows, and I think they're two different shows that tie very much into the same kind of strangeness that has, and I've mentioned that whole path that just leads right down to it, and it's almost a line even. I think they're very tied together, and I talk a lot about that the strangeness isn't just on a ranch. It's everywhere, and if you follow my pages and listen to the podcast, it's everywhere out here. It's so broad, and there's so much of it, and there's not much that we miss out here. there's a little bit of everything, and so there's definitely room for both of them, and they're doing very different things. I've always been a treasure hunter myself, and man, I was a kid drawing treasure maps and letting my friends find it to see if
Yeah,
they can find
yeah.
it off of my map.
That
So
sounds
it's
exciting.
always been a passion of mine anyway. So here I am 30 years later. But I wasn't I talked about my experiences and with you before, and really I was pretty skeptic on all this stuff. I love the sci-fi and X-Files and things like that, but it
Hmm.
was treasure hunting out here that really made me believe in all this high strangeness and all the things that I talk about because of the experience I had just treasure hunting, from driving up Dry Fork Canyon to go to one of our digs, seeing an old Spaniard standing on the side of the road every time I drive by and just standing there and realizing that wasn't a real person and
Oh, wow.
keeping that to myself and then experiencing the watchers watching over us as we're digging for gold
Yeah.
up on a ridge not far from Blind Frog Ranch, actually.
Do you
Big
think
dig.
maybe it might have been a time warp you saw? Like maybe that was somebody from a different past, and maybe you were like put back in time for like a second to see that.
Hard to say. Just it looked like a real person standing on the side of the road, only he was dressed completely different than
Completely
anybody would
different.
ever dress nowadays.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a weird guy, but man,
Lots
every
of
time,
people have
every morning.
experienced that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Could be just a time portal or a ghost or just me seeing into a different time myself. Hard to say for sure what it truly causes that, but I just know I just saw a guy standing on the road and then hiked up that canyon that he was standing in front of, just a little
Hmm.
side canyon, and found an old mine there. So
Wow.
it's almost like he was telling me it's up here. But
Wow. Linda does have a question. She's asked, "Do you think Blind Frog Ranch is more a treasure hunt in a strange area as opposed to Skinwalker Ranch?"
I would say that is true, Linda. Very much so. Um, their main focus is finding a treasure, so it's a treasure hunting show. But much like my experiences, I'm just talking about when you get out into the Uinta Basin here, you're gonna find strange. It's just you're gonna run into things that you can't explain, whether it's in the sky or under the ground. It's just inevitable. There's on this show they deal with Bigfoot, they deal with a creature following around, possibly a skinwalker. They really don't go into the stranges as much, but I'd like to see more of the strange because
Yeah.
they're in the area that I'm actually scared of,
What
and I've
really
been
made
scared
me,
in.
yeah, what really made me intrigued of the first season 1 of Skinwalker Ranch, they caught the mesa actually light up with weird colors. That I thought that was interesting. That was what got me into the show was that weird phenomenon. Like why is it doing that? That's pretty weird that the mesa would do that. I don't know about any theories why it would light up weird colors like that. That was a
I've
pretty good
seen
one.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen
Has
it with my own eyes, and it's a strange thing that the skies are ultimately different out here. I'm constantly getting sent pictures of UFOs and UAPs in the air here. They're almost nightly. They're almost nightly.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've
Um,
followed your page, and you're like on a nightly basis. You're posting different stuff about seeing strange lights in the sky.
I haven't been posting much lately because I've been sick for 9 days and
I'm
trying to
sorry.
get caught up and things like that. But I'm gonna get back on it here real quick. I've got a few videos that I need to get up and a few
Mhm.
investigations I need to go do. But it's 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 dang near nightly every out here, and so as locals, it's almost normal,
Yeah.
and um, you don't realize until you get outside of it that it's not normal. Um, Old Jean McConkey, who grew up on the ranch, and she just passed at like 90 years old, but the favorite thing that she always used to tell me was she didn't realize this. Everybody didn't grow up with artifacts and petroglyphs on their land until she went to college. She didn't realize how unique this area was.
Yeah. You
And
think
when
you
she came
grow
back
up
from
thinking it's
college,
normal, and then you go outside and say, like, oh, I guess it's not normal.
it's you kind of realize that not everybody can just look up most nights and see something moving in the sky differently, or
Mm,
there's just places that we don't go here. It just nobody goes there.
yeah. I got told at Phenomicon, I think it was the day before Phenomicon started last year, someone, I think the neighbor that lives right next door to the conference center, he actually saw a UFO over the, I think it was over the conference center. Just that was just the day before the conference started that they saw that.
You're talking about JJ.
Yeah, I was remembering that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually, it's one of the first posts I put on Strange Basin was that photo that he took of that one right before Phenomenon.
Well, Seth has a question here.
Hi, Seth.
Have you heard personal stories from the commercial drill crews in the area?
Um, which drilling? Because I was actually a roughneck. I was a driller and a directional driller for 25 years.
Um, I guess if Seth, if you're still here, can you be more specific? Is maybe I'm thinking maybe the basin itself or
Uh,
wherever.
well, okay, so let's talk about the drilling happening right now on the mesa.
Okay.
Um, the reports from the drilling is that they didn't have any hole problems and things like that. But I also had another report that they had planned to do four surface wells. They come in and drill down to
Mm-hmm.
about 2,500 feet before the big rigs come in. They had planned to do four, and they decided because everything was so chaotic and not normal. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. They didn't say there was anything paranormal or anything like that happening, but it was just so chaotic, along with everything happening and the people not liking it and things that they actually didn't complete that fourth well. They just went ahead and did the three and then brought in the big rig. So not nearly like they didn't run into a big chunk of metal they couldn't drill through or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like the directional driller drilling into the side of the mesa did. They didn't have problems like that at all. But it was weird for them and it was different, and they decided to just do the fourth. So I don't know how accurate that is, but that was a story that was told to me. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Seth mentioned in the chat, if I can see, he just mentioned like pretty much the drill crews in any area of the Unitah Basin, just anything strange while drilling in the basin. I think
okay.
I think you pretty much covered that.
Yeah, and there was another experience. Again, going to Skinwalker Ranch. We, the company I worked for, Frontier Drill, and they drilled one right on the fence line of the Skinwalker Ranch, and this would be about 2007, I'm guessing. So pre.
Oh, oh, I think we lost Arnie for a second. Okay, we'll try to get him back in a second. That's kind of strange. So Arnie got apparently Skinwalker, haha. I'll try to get him back in a second here. Maybe we can add some more questions into the chat. Did you guys have any more questions for Arnie while I get him back? Let me see. Back on. Yeah, he got Skinwalker Cat. Trying to see if I can get him back. Linda, Arnie got frogged, yeah. Art Skinwalker frogged. I don't know if that's a word or we can put that together. Let me see if I can get him back. Hey, you there?
Yeah.
I think you got dropped. You're not on the live stream anymore.
Then I left and came back.
Yeah, while you were talking in the middle of your talk, you got booted off. I'm not sure why. Are you able to come back in?
I'll try logging in a third time here.
Okay. Yeah, Linda jokingly says you got frogged.
Actually got back in and heard that, and I left pretty good.
Okay, I think I see you. Oh. I just see a blank screen. I don't see you.
Yeah, I don't see you either. Just try logging in again.
I think you are there. I just don't. Mm-hmm. Oh, Kat said you got frog walkered.
Frog walker.
Frog walkered. Yeah, Arnie liked that, Cat. So instead of skinwalker, you got frog walkered.
Man, I'm almost done. That's good. I see you.
Yeah. Can you hear me at all on the broadcast?
I'm echoing, so
Yeah,
I'm on hold.
I just see a black screen. I don't see anything else.
Enable camera. Allow.
Yeah, it looked like you turned your camera off. Yeah, it says you
Yeah.
joined the chat. Yeah, I see that you joined the broadcast. I just see a blank screen. That's it.
Strange.
Yeah. You definitely did get frog walker.
Frog walker.
You got something happen.
My back camera works.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw the back camera for a minute.
It's looking back around.
Yeah.
It's back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah. Linda's saying, I have to say, would freak more by all the frogs in the cave. Those icky blind frogs, I'd rather see a UFO. Oh, you're back. Yay. I can't hear you, though. You're muted. Okay, now it's on. I still don't hear you, though. Yeah, I still can't hear you. I can see you, I can't hear you. Sorry, guys, for this. Things happen. Yeah, I still can't hear you. Yeah, he froze. Oh boy.
Well,
Oh,
hello.
yeah, now I can hear you. Wow.
Let's talk about drilling skinwalkers.
Well, I think that's what booted you off.
It might have been. It's the old roughneck in me that doesn't like talking bad about drilling.
Welcome back, Arnie.
Hi there. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
So, did I get crooked? I think I got crooked.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
That'll all come out in the editing. You guys, thanks for holding in with us.
Oh, we're live, so I don't know if I can edit it or not. But it's
Ah.
all good. It's all raw footage.
It's raw and
Raw
uncensored.
and unedited.
How many times have I cussed, I wonder?
I didn't hear you.
Okay, good. 'Cause
Whatever
I'm
it
good
is,
at
I
it.
didn't hear you. You were muted.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's where it would have been. So, back in like 2009, pre-Fugal,
Mm-hmm.
my drilling company, we drilled a well right next to the ranch. I mean, they said it was on the fence line.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that I was friends with, he was a driller on the rig, and he told me that everything went wrong on that, and it was the well from hell. Like, just, I mean, motors going down, things breaking that normally don't break. Just, they couldn't wait to get away from it. And he said he didn't believe in all that skinwalker stuff, and this is before it got famous and everybody heard about it across the world. He couldn't wait to get off of it and was a believer in some kind of weirdness and strangeness going on there, because we'd all known about it for a long time prior to
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Fugal, and it was always a thing for here, which I just kind of left there, and I was up in the Haiu and I was looking for golden treasure and trying to stay away from the strange.
Yeah. But the strange finds you.
It really does. And on Blind Frog Ranch, if you've seen all the shows, they have nothing but troubles, from gas blowouts to poisonous gas to water and high pressurized water. I mean, just they've had nothing but just troubles with their drilling there. So
Yeah, they've had issues as well.
right,
It's not specifically
Right.
Skinwalker Ranch. It's other places in that basin too.
and the things that I've seen on the show on the episodes concerning drilling, these are things you don't fake. These are things that don't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't just make that up for TV. When it blows out water like that, it's blowing out water. And so these are real things and real issues that they're running into on their hunt for the Aztec treasure. So that's what I know from my experience.
Oh, that's pretty good experience. Oh, sorry guys for the tech issues. Do you guys have any more questions for Arnie before we go? If in the chat, do you want to just share any other questions? I know one person had a question, but it kind of disappeared.
Uh-oh.
I think she asked like how much is the show. I know Brandon had shared that none of the show on Skinwalker Ranch is fabricated. And she asked, like, is any of the Blind Frog Ranch show fabricated to kind of make excitement or anything?
I know that a lot of because I'm local and I know the area so well, I know that some of the locations are kind of mixed up, and that might be to keep people away from it because they've had troubles with people going into the land and digging while they weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
They've come into that, and so some of the locations are mixed up, but that's the only thing I've really been able to tell so far.
Okay. Yep. Well, I do apologize for the tech issues. Thank you so much for your time. Do you want to share where people can find you?
Yeah, I'd love to. Um, Again, I'll be at Phenomicon, so
Hmm.
please come say hi. And everybody that's a fan of Miriam's is good in my book. So please let me know.
Hmm.
This is where he did. This is where I met Chris, and thank you for that. I do a podcast. It's Strange Basin. I started out as a radio show here just locally, and so on Spotify you can find all of those shows with Charlie and JJ, who we kind of mentioned earlier. Um, as we started out, and when we got it on Spotify to share with everybody, and so there's 24 uh, episodes there on that channel on Spotify, and then I decided to come out and start doing videos. So now you can find me on YouTube and Apple, and my new stuff is on a different channel on Spotify as well. So trying to get everybody, just tell our stories here,
Yeah.
and the way that we know our stories, and not just the way we tell them on TV, and to let everybody know that it's not just in the fences of the ranch, it's next to it, it's around it, and it's all over this Uinta Basin and into the high Uintas, and quite possibly it starts at Dead Man's Lake up there, and just trickled on down, and made 2 TV shows that are absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do TikTok and I do Facebook, and
Are you on
and
X too?
I did that for a minute, but man, this is a lot of work, and I'm trying to be an artist too at the same time, and do my
Yeah.
sculptures in bronze, and keep enough money to keep the lights on. So I just do the TikTok and Facebook, and that's a good way to get a hold of me if you have any other questions or anything you'd
Okay.
like to learn more about. It's a good way to get a hold of me, and I've made T-shirts too, because again, I'm an artist, so I've got a bunch of
Hmm.
different T-shirts and designs that are there that way. And I just uploaded my new logo.
Cool.
So that'll be an amazing thing as well. So all those links are there on Linktree or on the Facebook or TikTok.
And you're also in my Facebook groups too. It's My Bigfoot Diaries and also the Bryant Dragon Arnold Fan Club as well, right on Facebook.
Yeah, and I love the Bryant page. I do thank you for letting me post on there as well,
Yeah.
because some of the greatest fans have come through there. So you have a great
That's,
group there.
yeah, I love that you keep things updated with the going on in the Utah Basin, not just on Skinwalker Ranch, but everywhere there. So I love it when you post there. It's very, very cool.
I love posting there. You've got a great group and great people that are in
Thank
there, and
you.
they're very interactive, and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're a part of it, and I'm excited to see you guys at Phenomicon. You and
Yeah,
Chris, and your art. I don't think I've seen your art yet, so I'm excited
I
to.
need to post more pictures. I'm very, very fortunate that almost all of my work is done by commission, and so as soon as I create it, it's gone. I need to do better at putting my
Oh,
pictures
Linda
up.
has one question. Arnie, have you seen Bigfoots in the area?
Good question. Yes and no. I've never laid eyes on a Bigfoot, but I know that I've been around them. I know that they're close. I know that they walk along me at times. Um, I, the time that I've kind of alluded to just north of Blind Frog Ranch, that I was scared and left, which has rarely happened in my life. I wasn't blessed with fear. Um, Very much could have been a Bigfoot, uh, but it was very much saying stay away from here. Yes, I believe in Bigfoot, and I believe he is here, and there are many of them here, but I've not been blessed enough to see one, unfortunately.
I know the late Dr. Jeff Meldrum mentioned that there's possibly here, there at in Utah, but there's very few. Probably not as much as in either Oregon or any other place that's more forested. Any dire wolves?
Ah, um, the 2 hour uh, thing that I did with Chris, the podcast I did with Chris on YouTube. He told his story of his experiences with the wolves. Um, I've seen a wolf, and I've seen a big wolf, and it was
Oh, wow.
an amazing experience, and that was about 30 years ago, and that was before the DNR has announced that we have wolves in Utah, but I mean, it was just on the other side of Blind Frog Ranch up Dry Fork Canyon, and it just was loping right across the valley from me, and it took my breath away. So yes, I have seen a wolf, a big giant wolf. To say it's a extinct variety of wolf, I don't know for sure, but it was big. It was big. It was unbelievable and unmistakable. There's no
think
mistaking
maybe-
that one.
Yeah. Do you think maybe it was actually a physical thing you were seeing or something else?
Ooh, I never even wondered that before. No, I really think it was real. I
Yeah.
really do. I really do.
From the
I
time
also
you
thought
saw,
that about that Spaniard. Jeez.
yeah, was that? Do you feel when you saw the Spaniard? Do you feel like that was real, or was it like? Was it translucent, or was it? Were you able to see it like you're seeing me or anyone else?
Just like a man standing on the side of the road.
Wow.
Just as real as could be, but very distant, very like I just knew it wasn't a guy standing on the road. And not just because of the clothes he was wearing, it was just the look on his face. It wasn't a part of everything. If that makes any sense.
Oh.
Not connected.
Mm,
If that makes sense.
yeah. Did you
It's
feel
hard
the
to
same
put.
way with the wolf, or was it different?
No, that it was different. It was different. I really think that was there. It was a like I could have petted him kind of thing, you know.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It was physical. It was there. It was a wolf. It was like seeing a moose, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see those very often. When you do, it takes your breath away and you feel special.
Yeah.
And that kind of, but on a whole nother level up from a moose. To see a wolf is what an experience that was.
I'm sure it was. Wow, amazing. I know in my area, supposedly there's moose, but I haven't seen any yet. But we have very thick woods, so maybe there are moose around here still. We never know.
Never know.
I never
You
saw.
got to get out.
Yeah,
You can't see a UFO unless you look up. You know?
exactly. Yeah, never see a wolf until you actually see one and do hiking and go out there.
Yeah. And I was 2 days in when I saw that one. So,
Wow, that's amazing. Well, pretty good experiences.
well, I love it.
Yeah.
I found my home out here in the Uinta Basin. And,
Cool.
whew, it's got a hold of me now.
I'm sure it has. I mean, I'm sure it's gotten a hold of me. I go over there every year now.
It's true. I talk to a lot of people that say that. It's just there's no place like this in the world, and I've been around the world, and I can say there's no place I'd rather live.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Arnie, for coming on and talking about Blind
You
Frog
bet.
Ranch and pretty much anything weird or paranormal. And
Well, get caught up. Get caught up. We'll do it again.
absolutely. Have a good day, everybody. Have